Well, you don't actually have to do anything. You simply have to be, and that transforms everything around you. You see, a person, if you like, who's what we might term worldly, reacts to everything around them. And if you are fixed on the goodness of God, they will react. People are drawn to what they understand to be good for them. They are drawn to that which might bring happiness, that which might bring joy and peace and goodness and life. They are repelled by what you do that they interpret as contrary to that for them. If they are schooled, as the world is, in fault finding, they will eventually find fault in you, and perhaps quite early on. They will therefore separate themselves from you. Now that is a great blessing to you, because it means that you're left only with the good company. And really, if everyone went, well, you're left with the company of God. What better company could you have than to focus on such a companion forever? But of course, those that are truly looking for God are drawn to you like a magnet. Thank goodness. Do you realize that we're not in heaven just to love God? We're in heaven to love all the family of God, including, of course, our Heavenly Father. What is distinct about the material world is that we are commanded to love God with all our heart, soul, mind and strength, and our neighbour as ourselves. And that's understood to be like unto the first commandment, to love God. And the neighbour is the one who rescues us. It's not everybody. Everybody in this dimension does not rescue us. Some seek harm. Some are totally indifferent to your welfare. But some seek that you have life and help and rescue. And those you are to love, to be concerned about as much as your very self. So of course you want them of all people to come close to God. But that's what love is, to want the very best. In this dimension of matter, we do not have the resources to relate to everybody. In heaven we do. Here we do not. That does not mean we don't want the welfare of all. It just means that we cannot be busy providing it. Nor should we. For the very reason for being in this dimension is to experience the lack of welfare that we long for. That we long for it. In other words, we experience the isolation here for great purpose, that we have a hunger for true fellowship and life eternal. So we have a caring disposition towards all life, but we love our neighbour as our very self. We love the one that rescues us as our very self. Hence, we love our parents, but they may not be perfect parents, but they have rescued us they've rescued us into life, haven't they? Into being. They've provided for us. Our children have a disposition to love and rescue and care for us, because we've been neighbour to them. This can, in extreme cases, go wrong, and kids can hate their parents. But, well, it's certainly not the ideal, is it? We love those who have a disposition to rescue us. It's as simple as that. How much more then do we love God, our Heavenly Father? So your disposition is good in that you are caringly disposed to all life around you. Given that's the case, and your consequent care and inactions that just spontaneously come in the circumstances as God presents them to you, your very presence attracts some people and repels others, which automatically brings you into a major involvement with those that are good for you, and you're good for them. If you are thankful for all that is good, you will certainly love those that rescue and help you and want to be a blessing to you and to all life. And this good company, together augmented into the people that you know and the relationships that you experience from day to day, well, it's the pathway to heaven, life eternal. Where you come to know goodness. You come to know the goodness of God. And life eternal is to know God. So thankfulness and appreciation of all that is good is the key. And it's available to everybody. It's as simple as that. Really, there's nothing more to say. Thank you, Heavenly Father. You see, we've not come to change the world. We are come as the love of God in the world. And love calls out love. Love is a great disposition towards compassion, and so you rescue where you can those that need rescue. But there's no point in teaching those that don't have ears to hear. You notice Jesus rescued those that asked him, and even then he asked what they wanted of him, even though it was very often pretty obvious. They were lame lame or blind, etc. See, we are not here to change the world. We are here to receive those who are drawn to us. And those that respond by being rescued. Well, if they respond well, then they are drawn to loving us, aren't they? And probably who we are will teach much better than what we say. Or can I say that because they now see us in a loving way, they will hear us and understand what we do much better. We're commanded to love the one that rescues us. And really you'd have thought it was automatic, wouldn't you? Not an unreasonable ask. Fancy not loving the one that rescued you. That's appalling, isn't it? We have limited resources in this dimension, the material world. So we prioritize. Our attention is prioritized to those that have rescued us, and those with a disposition to rescue us, and those with a disposition to rescue those that we love and care for. So our family grows at a very heavenly natural rate, and the joy of such accelerates exponentially, we could say, to want to embrace more and more into the family of God. How amazingly